Hello everyone and welcome back to Utrecht here in the Netherlands for the Queen and King of the Court finals. Lewie here with my co-commentator, the man, the legend, Rich Lambourne. Richie.
What's up, Luke?
How are you?
Happy to be here. I was counting out the list. He stopped at man and legend. I hope you were going to keep going.
Yeah, it's a long list, but because we do so many broadcasts now, I have to try and shave a few off here and there and use them a little bit later on.
I appreciate the brevity.
Right? Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I appreciate it.
I mean, great to have you here, mate. Thanks for making the trip. I mean, if you don't know, Richie is the only non-European person here this week because it's the first King of the Court that doesn't have a bit more international flavour.
Yeah, I'm happy that I was allowed into the European bubble.
Always.
Yeah.
You're a sort of like citizen. You can come wherever you come whenever you want.
Man of the world, do you think?
Sorry?
Man of the world?
Yeah. I mean, look. Yeah. Man of the world. Not this guy. It's great to have you here, mate. I mean, have you had a good week?
I've had a fantastic week. It's been, I don't know, amazing start to finish, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the standard's been pretty good. You managed to see some new teams come in that you wouldn't have seen before. Anyone that you weren't aware of in the men's or women's competition that really stand out as a team that you'll go home and go, they were pretty good.
Yeah, I think we have quite a few of those, particularly on the women's side. The new Swiss partnership that made it all the way to the final. I mean, obviously we know Anouk, but her new young partner has been quite impressive.
Yeah, Menya Bentelli's been superb, isn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think our other finalists as well, the Lithuanian girls and the Slovenian girls, have been amazing, as evidenced by their appearance in the finals.
Yeah, well, they're actually the two underdogs for that final. Two Swiss teams. I mean, Anouk Verge-Dupree is an Olympic bronze medalist playing with Menya Bentelli. They teamed up in Vienna. They've also played the European Championships. And then we know about Tanja Hubli and Nina Brunner, two of the best performers in this competition individually as well. But then Slovenia and Lithuania are the dark horses, but they have proven that they can side out. But also Tasha Kotnik is the best blocker in this competition. And I mean, you look, Tanja Hubli is just behind her. There's some great blockers, and Kotnik standing out.
Yeah, absolutely. She's standing out in a big way, particularly with her block. But just to finish up your original question as well, both Ukrainian teams, the Makhnos and their countrywomen, have also been really breath of fresh air. Yeah,
Davidova and Baeva actually had to pull out today, so the playoffs will only consist of 3 teams. So the Makhnos will only go in the finals, in the playoff round, sorry, to qualify for the finals. And they have a really good chance. I mean, once they find rhythm, it's hard to kick them out. There's the little knuckles here and there.
Yeah, they've got quite an exciting style offensively, don't they?
Yeah, they really do. So just going through the stats, 18 aces for Inner Makhnos. So that's actually a slice stat, because as much as we're talking about them siding out, they're also serving really well.
Yeah, and they kind of go for broke from the end line. Not particularly large in stature, so that's such a critical element for them to make it to the queen side, and then they do their business quite well over there.
Absolutely. I'd like to touch on Nina Brunner quickly. I mean, she's done a lot of serving already today, but in the dig compartment, she's made 41 digs. That's number 2 on the dig count, behind Amy Van Driel, who's obviously been eliminated from the competition, which is phenomenal for Van Driel to be that far up the dig list and be out the competition for some time. But Nina Brunner has been everywhere defensively. We've been impressed with her, haven't we, on the broadcast, diving one-handed, left, right, center, you name it, she's got it.
Yeah, what hasn't she done defensively for her team? Yeah, she's really been kind of amazing, quite frankly, start to finish in this competition. And despite Tanya's exhortation to not bet a lot of money on them, you have to like them going into tonight's final, I think.
Oh yeah, Tanya told us earlier in the week, do not bet on us. I think we could quite happily bet on them and maybe get some returns today in the Queen of the Court finals. Men's competition, Richie, I mean, we can look at the stats all day long. Mark Tizar is at the top of the blocking stats with 17 blocks. He's been fantastic, and I want to talk about him quickly, but beforehand, I want to talk about Big Rez. Eduard Reznik from the Ukraine, 208 centimeters, but he's sneaky quick laterally across the net as well. And obviously the Ukraine in the men's side of things are out of the competition yesterday, but he's had a brilliant competition with 15 blocks.
Yeah, it was sad to see them go in a way, but yeah, he's big in stature, but also his game is very large, and particularly at the net, he's quite an imposing figure.
He is an imposing figure, and we look forward to seeing the Ukraine back here as quickly as possible. Also in that men's final, I mean, talk about the total package. It's his birthday today.
It's his birthday. Can we think of anything that starts with T and P for that? We'll have to work on it for later. But yeah, the total package, Ruben Penega is amazing. We talked about it a lot, right? He's normally a blocker playing as a defender with Christian Berenhorst. He's normally a right-sider playing on the left side with Christian Berenhorst. I mean, just the ability to do that and do it at such a high level shows why he has that nickname, right? I mean, he can do it all on a volleyball court.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of my favorite points of this week has been the jump knuckle setting from the Swedes.
Yeah.
It was gross and beautiful at the same time. How do you think they've been this week? Do you think they've improved their game since they won here last year in terms of sight? We would hope so. And how do you think they've played compared to the Beach Volley Vikings? Because I think it's only fair that we start to compare the two after their win in the European Championships and beating the Vikings for the first time.
Yeah, certainly they're in the final, which is what we expect. You know, they're winners from the last Utrecht King of the Court event that we had here. They've been a little up and down at times, mostly up, fortunately for them. But yeah, I think we've gotten what we expected from them, which is a very, very high level in their side-out game. Very exciting form of volleyball that we've become accustomed to from them. They took it to even another level, as you mentioned, with those jump knuckle pokey sets on the very first day, just to give us a little taste of maybe things to come.
It's incredible. I mean, I hope we see this every week from them. It makes the jump set not look quite as impressive, which I thought I would never say. Looking back through the week, what's been your favourite moment?
There's been a lot of drama. It's tough to isolate a favorite moment, and I'm going to point to one that seems a little counterintuitive, just because it was the drama of it. We saw that great comeback from Dirk.
That's what I was going to do.
At the last moment, he had it on his hand, just ever so slightly missed a line shot that would have sent him in wildly dramatic fashion through to the next round, and just barely missed it. One of my favorite guys out there, so I was gutted to see him leave the competition. But I mean, that was a great moment, just from a drama standpoint, from a fan standpoint, and just kind of highlights the greatness of this event.
It really does. For me, it was one of the craziest 2 minutes of King of the Court history. Dirk Bolle, Med Sengers coming back from 14-7 or 8 down to tie it up just to lose on the final sort of seconds. It's been crazy. And anyone who stood out in particular, if you look back at this week, is there one name that you think they've owned it, they've dominated it, and they are sort of what Queen and King of the Court is, what it's all about?
Well, I'm again going to go to Nina, just because, I don't know, it stands out in my mind how much we've talked about her play in the backcourt for her team and kind of all the things she's done to prop up their level and help them get to the finals. And that's certainly not to diminish Tanya's role on that team.
No, absolutely.
But she's been particularly dialed in, I feel like, this week.
So that would be your MVP on the women's side. Anyone on the men's side that you think stands out? The level on both sides have been absolutely crazy. So it's difficult to pick one on both sides, I'm sure.
Yeah, it is difficult to find the standout. Yeah, I've been really impressed by France, of course. Since it's his birthday, I'm going to go with the TP. Total package, Ruben Penega. He's my guy. He's handsome. He's a year older, which, you know, that gets a little dicey. But yeah, he's been fantastic, and they've got a place in the finals. Yeah,
the age cuteness.
I'm like Leo, you know, you get too old, I gotta ditch you.
Richie will start back in the new teams. New teams coming in. Richie, always great to sit with you, have these chats, and look back over the week. I can't wait to broadcast. I mean, then we got to wait for a couple of months until we can do it all again.
Yeah, but it's a pleasure when it happens, isn't it?
Yeah, unreal. Well, thank you very much. I mean, as you can tell, me and Rich always have a great time broadcasting this amazing event to you. You can watch the finals on Euro Volley TV. We also have a preview coming your way with Julius Brink, so you don't want to miss that one either, where we look a little bit more in detail at the playoffs and the teams playing a little bit later on. Finals, or the playoff rounds, start from 6 local time. You want to be there because the first ever European champions will be crowned today from Utrecht.